picture up. Okay. Just posting links. I really got to do the whole stream waiting thing. It's just it's not compatible with my app that I use for streaming. Unfortunately, you have to link your application with your stream waiting, and there's no way for me to do that with this app on my phone. It's unfortunate, but that's okay. Just gonna have to probably change my application. But generally speaking, like, I'm on the stream for like 3 hours or more usually. So I mean, lots of time for people to get in there. Let's see, where else should I post it? Okay. It's just got a bunch of gear. Let's see if any of it was good. Yeah, I did quit. I did. And now I'm back. Quit for about 3 months or so. But still pretty unbeatable in arena after 3 months, at least for free to players. So also been getting a lot of subscribers while I was away, so I was like, yeah, why not start playing again? See if any of these are good. No. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's been pretty fun coming back, getting to see some fun stuff. Pretty excited for Faction Wars because I was reading that and it just looked really nice. I have a whole lot of new content coming out soon, which would be sweet. I'm just gonna do one arena quickly now, and then I'm gonna do the clan boss, just so that I can get it down before my team kills it. I don't like to have full tokens though, because it's kind of like a waste. So that's why I just did this real quick. Okay. Oops. Yeah, after I do my 2 keys, then I'll talk about which champions I'm going to focus on for Faction Wars. I'm going to go in depth about my plan for that. I just want to make sure I get my keys in before this boss dies. Hit the auto there. This is my worst affinity. This should be fun. Okay. Okay. Urgent Crusade. So War Maiden, Berserker. I'm just writing out all of the champions I'm going to be talking about now on a piece of paper so I don't forget. If you hear me mumbling to myself, that's what I'm doing. So there's Saurus, the lizard man. He's pretty good. Gonna have to maybe get him back up again. That uncommon lizard man. Using him for Spider back in the day. Because he's got one hit AoE A1 and then a 2-hit AoE A2. It's pretty good for farming too. You can I'm pretty sure you could solo farm all of the campaign with the right gear potentially. I just never have done it before, so I can't say for sure. I know that Dampier was one of the uncommons that could do it all. The undead Dampier. She's like she used to be much stronger, but she got a heavy nerf. But the other uncommons didn't get a heavy nerf around that same time. So I bet you Saurus is pretty damn good for an uncommon. So Saurus is probably going to be one that we should be getting right now for Faction Wars if we don't have any good Lizardmen. I do. I've got Razin. He's a pretty strong Lizardman, but I don't know how many I'm going to need for the Faction Wars, if I'm going to be able to do it all with just Razin, or if I'm going to need to have somebody else. But that's what I'm figuring out right now. Excuse me. Demon Spawn, there's the farmable Diabolist, or Diabolist, I don't know how to pronounce it. She's pretty good. Got that turn boost, speed boost, the stuff like that. Got Conqueror, Valerie for Banner Lords. Um, Armiger. Uncommon. He's the defense champion that has a HP based attack like Cold Heart. So he could be good depending upon the faction war bosses. We really just got to make do with our uncommons. That's what I think is going to be the case for most people. So we won't have unlimited roll chances for getting all of these different factions, obviously. I don't think anybody has all of the champs required for this next thing yet. But maybe they do. Maybe some people do. Have to be very lucky and like. Alright. Almost ready to get killed by this boss. I'm going to go into the info section of the champions to go through the different champions that we're going to be focusing on. Or that I'm going to be focusing on. Probably got another 2 minutes left on this boss before he kills my face. Whoa. Seeker survived. With like 2 health left. Oh, there he goes. The winner of the day. The old nightmare boss is almost dead already. As soon as I wake up. I got no time to do anything. But the clan boss. That's okay. I wonder if it is 10 million, even, maybe 9 million. I guess it is 9.2 million. Whoa, 9.6. At least it's better than my guess, but not that good anyway. Alright. Go to the index here. So, this Conqueror for Banner Lords is pretty good. The attack enemy, enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived, which is pretty sweet for the old Ice Golem. Removes 2 random buffs from the target, which is pretty good for Arena. Standard. Yeah, he actually hits pretty hard when he's fully skilled, and he can be got from the first chapter, right, of farming campaign. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on, is just champions that I can quickly get and quickly skill up. That's what's really important, is getting those skill ups. So if I can get this fully skilled up, look, it's like 7 skill ups or 6 skill ups there, 4 skill ups there, 4 skill ups there. So that's 14 skill ups that he would need. So it does take quite a bit of time before he's fully up and ready to rumble. But he's a really strong and hard-hitting champion, so he'd be good for the Banner Lords if you don't have too many of them. For Valerie, she's really underrated. Not a lot of people use her for no reason. She's very freaking good. Very freaking good. Her shield is really, really good when it's, especially when it's fully upgraded. It can be the difference between life and death, right? But this is cool because it increases the buffs on all allies by 1, and decreases the duration of all debuffs on allies by 1 as well, which can be extremely helpful in your time of need. So those are 2 champions that I would say could get you through the Banner Lords part of Faction Wars. Like, they're just them 2, honestly. Really strong. Really, really strong. Don't know about Skullsworn. I don't think I've ever seen him be played well. I know he does have potential to do a lot of damage. With that, has a 20% chance of placing an extra hit thing. I've seen it hit like 4 or 5 times in a row. So I mean, if he's fully upgraded, that's a 30% chance of getting an extra hit, which is actually pretty high. And so he actually does quite a lot of damage fully upgraded. Plus he's got a counterattack and speed buff on a 4-second cooldown, or 4-turn cooldown when it's fully upgraded, which is pretty good too. Fills this champion's turn meter by 15% on critical hits. Fills this champion's turn meter by 50% if this champion kills an enemy. So he does really well when he starts to get on a roll. Skullsworn, with high speed, high attack, maybe even lifesteal on him is what I would do. Lifesteal and speed, something like that. Because when he's counterattacking, he's going to heal back up to full, right? So that's what he'd be kind of like Executioner, a really attacky version of it, Executioner. Okay, and hard skill. I don't know hard skill. I don't think he's going to be of much use. Well, he's got a stun buff at least, which is kind of nice. Or not stun buff, stun debuff. Skinner is useless too. Removes 2 random buffs from the target, which could be good for something, potentially just not worthwhile to look at. Okay. From chapter 3, what do we have? Sorceress here. Is she worth thinking about? Probably not. Well, again, fully upgraded, these champions are viable when they're fully upgraded. And this is potential to do a bit of an AoE defense down, which is really solid. three times at random could go all on the same champion, or it could go on three different champions and get three debuffs down, right? So Sorceress, when she's fully upgraded, could be a half decent Dark Elf support, I guess is what, or Undead, is it Undead? Undead, yes. So if you don't have any Undeads, if you're like me, I don't have too many Undeads. Other than Seeker, so I'll probably have to farm Sorcerer for Faction Wars. And Dampier is very good too. Attacks one enemy, grants an extra turn if the target is killed. Hey Claudia. How's it going? This is attacks all enemies, heals by 20% of the damage inflicted. Sometimes you can put lifesteal on her, but I mean it's better to just go full attack because she heals herself, and when she gets that kill with that high amount of attack, she needs to just get that one shot every single time so that she can move from the next guy to the next guy to the next guy. The next arena event, I'm just gonna be spamming out the games. I'll probably spend some of my gems on arena if I have to, but I'm hoping that it'll be like 25 games or something like that that you have to win, because then it won't be something I have to spend money on, or gems on rather. Spirit Host is a champion that you should be getting right now if you don't have, because, well, I mean, especially if you don't have a Seeker, and especially if you don't have a champion that can buff an attack, and if a champion that, if you don't have a speed aura in all battles champion, you definitely need one. Spirit Host is just a very, very solid champion. It's like a budget Seeker, kind of. Really budget. Definitely good, though. I've seen teams with Spirit Host beat 99% of all the other teams in the game. Back when the first started. Back when the beta began. Greybeard, is he worth thinking about as a skinwalker? He definitely has the potential to be good. He's got a provoke debuff on a A1, which can be increased to a, wow, that's a high chance, 70% chance of getting a provoke on that A1, which is pretty high. It's not 100%, but, and this one's pretty good, has a 25% chance, but with the buff it is 40% chance on a 3-second cooldown to, yeah, 40% chance to AoE freeze your enemies on a 3-second cooldown. That's a really solid ability right there. So he's a cool one to get up. Plus, this, I mean, it's weird that he has a 80% chance of placing a counterattack, but when he does get that skilled up, it's 100% chance, so you definitely need to get him skilled up. And the value of the shield that he puts on is proportional to defense. This guy's probably really strong. I don't see too many people use him, but if he was fully upgraded and he had like 4k defense, he would be so strong. He'd be crazy strong, especially with the counterattack. It's absurd. And he gives defense in dungeons. Can't go wrong there. It's even more defense than Tyrell gives. Okay. Let's move on. So, for High Elves, Eris is, as everybody knows, I love her deeply. She counterattacks when an attacker attacks, but she only does it once per turn. Used to be every single attack she would counterattack. That was pretty sweet, but she got nerfed. And this is some of her pride and joy. It's a 30% speed buff on all allies, but you need to get it upgraded so that she actually always applies it. And also you need to ascend her so that it's a 30% increase to speed. That way, it's gonna be good. So yeah, and again, she's just like Dampier. She gets an extra turn when the target is killed, which is really, really good in PvE. You can, with 100% crit chance or near 100% crit, you just go boom, 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 boom. Everybody's dead. Just one in a row. You don't even need to worry about anything else. Just all Eris. Seriously though, she's really strong. And who's Avenger here? Yeah, I don't think Avenger is gonna be too worth it. Yeah, no. Avenger's crap. I wouldn't waste any time on getting Avenger. Alright, so let's go to the Orcs. I really like Gore Mask, personally, just because I've been able to get huge numbers out of him in the past. On my other account, I was able to hit like 40k with Tearing Jaws at level 50. Or was it level 40? Yeah. Yeah, I think he was level 40. So when it was fully upgraded, but still, that's all you need to do. Get these skills fully upgraded, and this guy is gonna hit like a truck. His single target is insane. I don't know if we're gonna need any single target for faction wars, but if we do, if we need to be able to go through block and shield especially, he's your guy. I don't know why he does so much damage, but he does. He's really nice multiplier. Same with Throat Cutter. I've got a video on my other account where she's done a 62k crit, and that was just with common gear. Okay, she wasn't even like fully geared up or anything. She just had this fully skilled up and this fully skilled up. So this is a 40% bonus to damage when it's fully skilled up. That's quite a lot. And this is a 25%, but she gets an extra turn. It hits as hard as Zargala's Devastate. Like, that's how hard it hits. And War Chanter is definitely usable as a farmer. You could potentially get him geared up to help out with the AoE orc, AoEing down the orcs. He's pretty quick to skill up to. And this Frenzy has a good provoke chance on it for everybody to all attack him, which would save your team potentially. So he's definitely worth considering. Even just those 3 orcs there in a team with one orc support or something like that, like Shaman, if you still had Shaman in there, that would be a good enough team probably for the entire orc mission. But that's just a guess. We'll have to find out for shizzle once it's the time. Okay, so we've got Templar here from the Sacred Order. And he was used for a little while in Arena by quite a few people, I remember. And it's because of his similarity to Crimson. He's basically a budget Crimson Guard, or Crimson Helm rather. And attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 25% chance of doing a provoke, or 50% chance of a provoke if he's fully scaled up. And that's on a 3-turn cooldown. So you can do that 50% taunt on 4 different hits. So that's a 200% chance of taunting, basically. He's gonna taunt somebody, maybe even twice, on a 3-second cooldown. So it's really strong. Does a lot of damage. Attacks with this champion's default skill whenever an enemy places a debuff on this champion. That's kind of decent too. And the resist in the arena, probably you're not going to be using him in arena. But if you do, he's not too bad. He can be used, mainly for the taunt. It can crit really big, it can do a lot of damage, it can get people to attack him. I don't think that these uncommons are worth looking at. I think he's probably going to be the only one from here that you could farm. Yeah. He's the only one here worth farming. Alright, moving on to the Deadlands. We got Berserker and War Maiden. First and foremost, um, he's a really, really strong champion. Probably, comparable to high-end epics even. Very underrated by a lot of people. Similar to the Throat Cutter in that he's got this ability that crits super huge and gives him another turn afterwards, and it's on a 3-second cooldown. It hits similar to Throat Cutters. I don't know if it hits harder or not. It might. Doesn't really matter. The rest of his stuff is better than Throat Cutters. I mean, he's a barbarian. Doesn't even matter. Different thing. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Will ignore 20% of each target's defense. So having some accuracy, I believe. I'm pretty sure he might need a little bit of accuracy for ignoring the defense. I could be wrong on that. It's been so long since I've used him. And the ignore defense thing seems like it sometimes gets resisted. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I have to do some tests. But anyway, regardless, he needs a lot of attack, a lot of crit damage, especially. And you divide your crit by your crit damage to see whether or not you're going to be getting an increase in total damage. So like when you add a piece on to your attack champion, depending upon the difference of the crit and the crit damage, it's not always easy to understand what's going to do the most damage. So what you do is you just divide the crit damage by, or sorry, the crit chance by the crit damage. Did I just get that backwards? 150 divided by 100, right? Yeah. Divide the crit damage by the crit chance. There. I think I said it backwards the first time. Anyway. And War Maiden is like a budget Zargala. She's intense because of this ability, particularly the Crumbling Blast. Attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff on a 3-second cooldown. Now that's only when it's fully skilled up. When it's not fully skilled up, it's 75% chance, right? She's definitely got to get her skilled up ASAP. And then she's got this Opportunity Strike, which is good, especially if you don't have a Seeker or a Spirit Host in your team, which you might not in a Barbarian team, right? So she's going to get that extra 50% attack buff on that hit that she's going to do. And it's always going to be a critical on that extra hit. Or sorry, it places an extra hit if the attack is critical. My bad. The extra hit cannot be critical. And her A1, 30% chance of placing a 2.5% poison debuff for 1 turn. Not anything to write home about, but it can be upgraded quite a lot. You see there's 40% damage increase on that A1 when it's fully upgraded. And you better believe it's going to hit like a truck after that. You better believe it. So she's really good. You lower down the defense with her, then you destroy them all with Berserker. Nobody's going to be even left to worry about your other 2 guys in your team. It might be worthwhile checking out those uncommons though. Let me just briefly see what they are. Like Shield Bearer, I think, was pretty good. Or Shield Guard, rather. Because he's got the Mighty Soul passive, which is kind of cool. Removes 1 debuff from this champion each turn. So that's not bad. Yeah, so this is the one that I thought was kind of cool. When he does his attack all enemies on a 2-turn cooldown. So he just does Battle Stance, and if he has 100% crit chance, then he basically gets to go again. So you want to get him with 100% crit, so that when he does his wave, he's basically ready to go again right away. He hits his attack, then he hits his A1 right away. Then he has to go through his turn meter like a regular person. Then he hits his big AoE. So he's really freaking strong. He'd be a really good tank to have in the team with your War Maiden and with your Berserker. Okay? So he's freaking strong. I'm probably going to do that. I'm kind of excited now. I forgot about him. Kind of excited. Okay, and so we have Saris here, who's the big bad lad from, the marshy south. Just look at his eyes. If they don't bring in some terror to your soul, I don't know what will. Like, jeez, look at that. What a crazy looking guy. Anyway, Fire Wave attacks all enemies 2 times, has a 10% chance of placing a 50% heal reduction debuff for 1 turn. Blah blah blah. What's important here is that it hits 2 times on all enemies. Unfortunately, it's not super upgradable, just an extra 10% and one reduced skill, or one reduced cooldown, 1 turn. And this one's a 25% increase when it's fully skilled up. But I mean, they're uncommons, they're quick to skill up. He's just really strong because he's hitting AoEs every turn. So if you have some lifesteal in him, he's baller. I used to use Muckstalker back in the day on my arena team just because he was tanky and good at carrying my shield. He carried my shield for my team. So if you've got good shield gear, um, it can really help get you through those waves. But aside from that, I don't think he's too good at anything else. If they have no active buffs, he can sleep them, which is a good thing to do if you are not hitting AoEs every turn like you will be with Saris. So he might not go that well with Saris. But Flinger has what a weird name, Flinger. But anyway, he's got a pretty decent A3 that crits pretty high, and his meteor, I don't know, his AoE's alright. It's not as hard hitting as some of the other champions, but I mean, all you really have to choose between are Saris and this guy. So I mean, I almost would say go Saris, like do 2 Sarises instead of a Flinger. But if you wanted to farm out a Flinger, if you happen to get a bunch of Flingers while you're farming your Saris, then maybe I would do it. But I don't know. I don't think he's too worth it. He's worth it in a very big bind, but he's just so squishy. His one shot, it does a lot of damage, but maybe not quite enough. Executioner is pretty much the only champion worth farming from here. I mean, everybody knows about Executioner. They know what he does. He's just got a good skill set. Very solid skill set all around. Yeah, I don't think that there's anybody else worth grabbing from here. So, yeah. Oh, hey, that's interesting. I never realized this about Cultist, but Cultist has a similar type of buff to Kale. That 2.5% poison debuff for 2 turns, but it's only on a 40% debuff chance. He's not that good for clan boss, I guess. That's a really long cooldown. Yeah, no, Cultist sucks. What a dweeb. Alright, now we're at the last one. So, Hound Spawn. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used Hound Spawn before. He doesn't look like he's bad. He looks like if you have a champion that's freezing the enemy, like, who's he supposed to go with? Hellfang? Yeah, Hellfang. That's who it is. Yeah, if he goes with Hellfang, then he can do this ability. I guess he can't do this ability without Hellfang, so he's really no good without Hellfang, apparently. But Diabolist, she is worth farming. So you want to farm her because of this ability right here. This is like a budget Lysandra. Fills the turn meter by all allies by 15% and decreases the turn meter of all enemies by 15%. That's pretty nice ability. And then she's got an attack all enemies, places a 30% increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns, which is really, really solid. So you would want to start out with positive charge, and then you hit your electric storm afterwards. Actually, either or, honestly. But I would probably do the positive charge first, just so that your team can get that first attack in. And then she's got that 10% chance of sleep. Not going to happen too much, but still nice to have. So that's the what I would be focusing on out of the campaign. Obviously, I'm not going to just start at level 1 and just start farming Conqueror hardcore right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if I get a little bit more news about how Faction Wars is going to be, because right now all we have is just this, which is pretty cool. I really like the information that they're giving us here. Only champions from that faction are able to fight for you at that location, which is something that's pretty sweet, so it makes us have to use all of these extra champions that we haven't been using yet, which is what I've been wondering, when are we going to be able to see what these champions do? Because if they're not like the best of the best champions, then nobody uses them. So, yeah. I'm going to do the clan boss before he dies. Just so that I don't miss out on my reward. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about Faction Wars, or if you have any plans yourself that you want to mention, let me know. I'm probably just going to cut out that part of the stream and make a video out of it. Pretty sure I can do that. That way it's easy to find for the future if anybody needs it. You keep all your rares to be ready for factions, at least one. All of your rares? I don't think that's necessary, but I would only keep the ones that have skills that you're going to use, right? Otherwise, do you even have room for all of that? Aren't there like 300 champions? But I think I'm going to start doing that too, honestly, because with Fusion, yeah, yeah. With the with Fusion, there's like you never know when you're gonna have to have a rare. Like I didn't have Grandmaster, and damn, did I wish I would have saved him. Because I missed out on the old Santa Claus because I never could get Grandmaster. Yeah, it's nice that we've got that big extra, all those 50 to 100 extra spots that they gave us a couple months ago. I forget what it's called, the Vault, something like that. I haven't heard any information about when they're bringing in Faction Wars. I know it's should be sometime this summer, maybe the end of the summer. My guess is that we'll have one or two big updates for um, balancing first, and then we'll have a Faction Wars update after that. That's my guess. Have like a few like nitty gritty stupid like champion adding patches first. I don't know. They haven't given us too much info on that future. Because the only information I think I've even seen on Faction Wars is really just in the game on the Faction Wars tab. That's like the extent of what I've seen on it. I wish I could just fast forward the clan boss. Just do like 10 times speed. That's okay. At least 5 times, yeah. In about 5 minutes, once this is done, I'm gonna stomp out the arenas real quick. I was beaten by a low power level team yesterday. Made me cry. The Seeker must have had like one more speed than mine. It's so close. It was sad. I'm addicted to farming for speed gear though, because of how much of a difference it makes. Like that's really all I need in speed or in arena right now is just a little bit more speed. Because if I had Seeker with like 300 speed, all my problems would be solved. An Arbiter is going to take a while to get, I guess. So you gotta wait for all these potion dungeons to come out. And it's especially bad when you're on, when your next potion doesn't come out for a week or something like that. You're on this mission for forest or something. It's like, oh, I guess I missed that day. It doesn't always go in order. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not. But like the missions when it's like, oh, the next one's forest, the next one's spirit, the next one's void for you to get. It's like, okay, well, the next days aren't those potions. Maybe you guys should have planned that a little better rather than making us wait so long between missions. But that's okay. Don't want to get the best champion in the game right away. That would just be lame. Wow, you're doing pretty good then. I don't know where I am in the missions, but I just started a couple days ago, last week or whatever. Did my first ones. Luckily, most of them are auto completed for me from my veteran days. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is if there's like huge, grand, great hall updates that you need to do, like you need to get 10 out of 10 on your crit damage on an infinity or something like that. Or you need to get 10 out of 10 on your accuracy or something. I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be any missions like that, but if there are, that'll be a lot of effort. Or like get 15 banners from Spider 15. That might be one of them. It could be, honestly. It's Spider 15's probably going to be on there, considering Arbiter is definitely like the best champion. This is probably going to be reserved for the Spider 15-year-olds. Spider 15s. And I'm gonna just do that with 2 Cold Hearts, Armiger, Razin, and Seeker is how I'm gonna do it. Seeker goes first, then Razin does the defense down, weaken, then Cold Heart does Heart Seeker, then Cold Heart does Heart Seeker, then Armiger does his Heart Seeker thing. Then it's dead. Although, what I would probably do is tarry there. Maybe do Heartseeker on the one, then do the AoE on the next Cold Heart, and then for the Armiger, then you get the turn meter down again. Just kind of rotate the turn meter downage. 4 champions with turn meter down versus Spider is pretty nice. Just so you can get those big hits in before he gets a chance to ever heal back. Spider's tricky like that. You think he got him, and then he heals back. You get some 5-star food. That's good. That's what you need. Yeah, 6-star your Sinisha. I would. Sinisha's so boss. She can definitely do 14, stage 14 minnow, probably 15. I haven't soloed 15 with her though. Oh no, Tyrell died. Nice. Get that Sinisha up. Okay. What's the scoreboard on this one? Oh. Wow. That was really a lot more than I thought. Thanks. Yeah, even with Tyrell only doing 1.3 million. That's funny. I guess it's wrong affinity still. All right. Let's kill them. Kill them all. I don't like attacking really tanky teams that take forever to either kill or lose to. They're just no fun. Seems like right around Christmas time when Santa came out, a big change happened in Arena where so many people went with the double invulnerability strategy, where they'd have like a super fast Roche and a Saint Nick in there too, just to do a bunch of hooliganism. Hooliganism, I tell ya. He's so good. A guy in my clan is soloing everything with him. He's like constantly talking about, oh hey, I just did Ice Golem with Ice Nick. He did it in, I mean Ice Nick with I did Ice Golem with Saint Nick. He did it in a minute and a half. It's like what? He does Ice Golem 15 in a minute and a half by himself. Huh? Really? AK-47. What do you think? This Ithos. He's got his attack's always critical. Attacks all enemies 3 times plus the 15% weaken debuff for 2 turns. That's pretty good, isn't it? But you know he's not very speedy because he's got a Tyrell in there as a sleed. I didn't get. Yeah, you could get him from. You could get Saint Nick from a fusion back in around Christmas time. He was available for 3 months or something. And I never got a Grandmaster because I was not willing to spend money on shards to get more rolls for maybe getting Grandmaster. A lot of people did. A lot of people spent a lot of money around that time. It was pretty hard because Grandmaster, I mean, you needed to get a few champions. Like you needed to roll a few champions, right? So I mean, you just needed to be lucky. And if you're not lucky, you just needed to spend a ton of money to even out those odds. Yeah, this is the team that beat me. Penta Black. Penta Bleach or whatever. I don't even know what to call it. But he freaked me out. I kinda wanna I wanna show me die. I wanna do it. It's no fun winning all the time. You gotta have some teams that beat you. But yeah, so watch this. It's crazy. So the Seeker has more than 282 speed. How's this gonna work out for me? Oh, I'm winning this time. This is weird. I'm scared. What do I do? Uh, maybe I will go on this guy because if he survives, I'll die. Okay. Um. Um. Yeah, that's probably not what I should have done. Oh man. Oh, I got a kill. I got a kill. I can't believe I've won. So that's the only difference between this turn and the last turn was that his Seeker didn't taunt my Lysandra. So that's it. That determined the win. If he taunts my Lysandra, he wins. If he doesn't, I win. I guess I was trying to show a loss, but I guess I didn't. Let's go to the battle log. Nobody's hitting me. Nobody's hitting my defense. It's sad. Okay. Yeah, see, I tried twice last night and I failed against that guy. But today, I guess I had I had it in me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I don't feel like attacking those other slow long teams. Take too long. Yeah, you get medals from defense, but you don't get rating. Or sorry, other way around. You get rating, but not defense, or not medals. An XR. The old Steel Skull. Let's do the doubles Argala team. That looks like fun. Zargala's so good. Yeah, Tayrell's pretty damn good. That's for sure. He's out of control. It's not his fault. Okay. I bet you this team might even beat me. Because I'm not doing too much damage to him. Huh. Hmm. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I've lost this one. I think I've lost. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that ability. All right. I don't know. Oh, what? What? This is such a weird team. Oh man. Well, there's definitely a way for me to win. I just I've goofed. I made mistakes. But what weird gear. That guy's got such a strange team. I gotta play him again. I love that when people do weird shit. He had leech and a stun. Do you have stun gear on? Is that what it was? I have to find out. Yeah, definitely gotta kill that guy. And taunt the Seeker. Destroy the Zarg. And then kill this guy. Okay. It's crazy how big of a difference certain things make in an arena. It's like one team you'll get, or one game you'll get stomped, the next game you'll stomp. Okay. Any fun ones here? Well, Zavia, Seeker, Saint Nick could be good. Vrask, and all them could be good. That looks like a fun team. Hota. Only got 3 more. Yeah, yeah. 31.99 is the max. It's really unfortunate. It's so hard to find good teams to fight right now in Gold 4. So it's a little bit lame. Most of the most of the fights are just autoable. But that's because I've had this team since August, September. Not this team, but this account since then. So I've had a lot of time to get the gears and get the understandings and stuff. I like Shazar. He's pretty cool. He's a good looking dude. He's got crazy, crazy attacks. I'm gonna upgrade Seeker after this real quick. Want his attack higher. Alright. Seeker can gain some bannerage. He's really under geared. I mean, he's not under geared. He's just all of his gear isn't ranked up yet. So you'd think my Seeker of all champions would be fully ranked up, but I've always found other things to do. Hope and pray for that 16 rank. That's what I do every time. Just cross your fingers or whatever. Is it's better? What do you mean? Oh, you're asking which one is better? Seeker, probably. But it depends upon your team. Gorgorub and Seeker are both viable, but Seeker is definitely viable for more teams. Gorg has that speed aura, which is great. The revive is great, but revive is only really going to be good when you're getting hit. So it's really not as useful as you might think. And the turn boost is only 15% rather than Seeker's 30% turn boost. And Seeker also has a 60% defense buff that goes on the team when he's crit. Oh man, did I just miss this 20 times in a row? That's the worst with the banners because they cost 39k. Come on. Can't fail forever, can it? There we go. The last one. Okay. So I guess that took all of my silver. Fantastic. That's okay. I can just go in order because it's weird to cherry pick an arena. I went from like 7 viewers down to 3 when I started picking my arena teams. I think people don't understand that it is genuinely that I'm trying to find a hard team. It's not that I'm cherry picking to avoid dying. It's literally the opposite of that. Need more competition in my life. That's why I'm starting boxing. So I have more competition and stuff now. It's like real life video games. Sweet. Whoa, this guy's slow. Real slow. Okay. 1 second. Nothing too crazy. Slim Murder. Funny name. Alright. Oh, this is fun. You got Santa Vrask and Oath Breaker? Or Oath Holder? Something like that. Oath Keeper, right? Oath something. Way too slow. Guys. Way too slow. Whoa, that that counterattack though. Down he goes. To the abyss. Oh, am I in the same channel as your Sinisha? Is that what you or is that what you meant? Manny. This is a cool one. Thenisil, Gaelic, Queen Eva. It's an old school team. Well, nothing's really old school in this game. It's brand new. Whoa. When I get Arbiter, I'm gonna replace Razin with Arbiter on my clan boss team because she's got the weaken. A1. It's gonna be sweet. Weaken A1. Revives your team and increases their attack and decreases the or increases the turn meter. What a champ. Oops. It's a single Gorg. Wasn't paying attention. I don't know, let me check. Let me check. Dorel Durbettel. Dorel Durbettel. That's a fun name, isn't it? I'm on the Force mission number 132 out of 286. Hey, what did you say you were? The Durble guy? Dorel Durbettel? That guy? Yeah? That's funny. Seems like a troll name for sure. And you're from uh like Greenwich or something? Forget what you said. UK somewhere? Yeah. Romania, right, right. That's where it is. So that's another name for urchin, basically. It's like is it just another language or like it's a different, just in Romanian or something? Urchin in Romanian. My knowledge is pretty low on that. Yeah, Romanian language. Cool. Hmm. I think this guy's gonna beat me. He's got me good. If his apothecary's faster, maybe. But nope. Friday the 13th. Wow, these 31.99 guys with half of our power. This arena's weird. Yeah, I'll show the Great Hall in just a second. Sorry, arena's so boring. I'd like it to be less boring. It's really not my fault. I swear. It's not my fault that it's this boring. Alright. Somebody just said making friends here isn't easy in chat. Oh, really? I've got so many losses on this round, on this week, that's funny. It's because when I find a team that I lose to, I like to hit them a few times, try and win. So yeah, just 72, not too far. Well, all you need to do is get, you know, a good speed lead or something like that, Spirit Host. You know, get Spirit Host, get Berserker, get War Maiden. Maybe Valerie in there too. Or instead of Valerie, you could have your Kale or whoever your starter champion was. Got your Spirit Host or Diabolist go first. War Maiden second, do that defense down on everybody. And then your Ethel does a massive AoE that crushes everybody. If they're still alive after that, then you can use uh, Berserker's AoE or his Havoc, which would one shot whatever. There's definitely opportunities for you to get a G4 team right out the gate. Right out the gate. The key is just to get them scaled up with 5-star, doesn't matter what rarity, but 5-star chest, boots, and gloves for sure. So 5-star, doesn't matter if they're common or epic. What really matters is if they're 5-star, because that percentage on the chest and on the gloves is going to be huge. You don't want to ever settle for anything that's not percentage. You don't want to settle for plus stats. Plus stats are garbage. So you got your percentage chest, your 5-star percentage chest. On your attack champion, it'd be attack. Defense champion, it'd be defense. HP would be HP, obviously. For your gloves, you'd want to put in crit damage. On your attack champion, almost always crit damage. And depending upon your setup, speed boots are almost always the best to have on to make sure that you get that turn before your enemy. Ba-boom. Oh, this is fun. Nice. Whoa. He almost got me. He almost got me good. Cupidus. He's kinda a heartthrob, isn't he? Okay, what's the nice final last one? What should I do for the last one? Angry Bishop? Or... Oh, all these teams are easy. Easy. Whatever. Whatever. Can't always get what you want, right? But sometimes you can get what you need. No, you can't always get what you want. Got any cool conversations going on here? What's going on? Making friends here isn't easy without a way to find them. But you do have a way to find them in Discord. That's what you gotta do. 1 hour and a half. Alright. Is there anything else that you want me to do, Claudia? Because I'm probably gonna finish up the stream. I'm gonna cut out the piece of this video where I talked about the faction champions that I'm gonna be focusing on. If there's anything else I need to talk about, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm out of resources, and check if the shop is ready for free shard. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no free shard. But there's a this, which actually is going to be worth buying. So, let's do it. Oh, still not enough. Ah, the shop, he said. Not this time, I guess. Not in there. Alright, I'm buying that because it's got speed on it. Okay. And then all I'm gonna do with the rest of my energy, I'm not gonna do it on the stream though. No real reason to, because all I'm gonna do is just auto dragon. Because I'm just gonna continuously auto dragon until I get enough life steal, and enough speed gear to farm a freaking army. I mean to gear up an army. And it's probably like gonna be like 10,000 to 30,000 energy it's gonna take before, you know, before I get the good stuff, but it's worth it. I could go into the other place and get offense and crit and stuff like that, but when it comes down to it, speed gear is just the best. Speed and crit. Crit damage would be the set that I would get next if I could just cherry pick a set to get. But in Fire Dungeon, the boss to auto 15 Fire Dungeon, um, not only does it take like 10 minutes, but there's a chance that I'll die if I do it too. So I like have to like pay attention. And it's just such a pain in the butt to have to pay attention to something in this game. It's like I don't want to even do like that's one of the reasons why I didn't like doing Spider for like the longest time was because I had to manual it. Um, but then after a certain point, I realized, oh, you can just click the Spider name, and then your champions will focus the spider down rather than focus all the spiderlings. And then, like a week after that, they came out with an update where auto actually does spider properly, where they automatically attack the spider boss. So I'm like, I found out this thing like right before it wasn't even necessary anymore. But yeah, I wasted so many months not even doing anything. I didn't have accessories or anything on any of my champions for like months because I'm like, I'm not going in spider. It's too much of a time waster for my I don't know. And I was still doing pretty good without any accessories or anything. But yeah, yeah, they're the last things to get for sure. Especially those the banner and amulet. But after I did all my giant slayer farming for all my champions, then I went into spider dungeon and I just farmed the crap out of it for weeks, really. And I got all of my banners, all my amulets and rings for it, all in one fell swoop. Well, you do. You will need them for faction wars. They'll all come in handy sooner or later. The only things I would say will never come in handy is like sleep gear, stalwork, stall, stalwark. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. The AOE reduced gear, like reduce enemy AOE by 30% gear, is like definitely worse than heal by 30% of your damage given. So there's no point in having that gear. But those are pretty much. And maybe Avenging is pretty bad too, actually. Because you only get that counterattack on a crit, right? Yeah. I'll probably end the stream after this boss kill, or even now. So, yeah, I'm just gonna be doing dragons, so nothing really else to see, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks, Claudia, for coming. I'll talk to you another time, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. So, yeah, see you guys later.